Allow me to introduce the Bestiary Boy. Using the RuneScape wiki as our guide, we are going to be taking on all monsters that RuneScape has to offer, no matter how small or how large. Welcome to Besting the Bestiary. Last time on Besting the Bestiary, we started the video at Combat 82, struggling a little in the Rev Caves. We became Master Fishermen, and we finally completed one of the most iconic quests that RuneScape has to offer. Today, we continue from Combat 84. Enjoy the video. Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to another episode of Besting the Bestiary. Let's kick off Combat Bracket 84 with a little trip into the Orania Altar. We're taking on two of the Zamorakians in here again. We'll start off with the Zamorak Mage, and we'll follow it up with the Zamorak Warrior that's just here. So we are now back to the pyramid that features in the Ixtlarin's Little Helper quest. Inside the pyramid there are mummies, which is what we're here for. There are 5 different variants to be exact. There are 2 of them that from the images have a different striped pattern. So it's going to be slightly annoying to tell those 2 apart, but the others shouldn't be too bad. Of course, we'll see. And while we're in there, I will just explain the little differences in each of these just as I go, because it might not be immediately obvious without me pointing it out, because obviously I'm looking for it and you might not be. Oh shit, I triggered a trap. Okay, hold on, I need to look more into these traps actually. Okay, so from what I've read, it only tells me about the fact that there are traps, but if you keep moving, you'll avoid it automatically, but I have to stand still to kill them. But there was a mention about rocky floor that doesn't have traps, so I'll just, have trial and error and check it out. The first mummy here has a gem in its stomach and also a curved sword with a red handle trim. This one is a no gem mummy. The sword is straight though, with a blue trim on the handle. But take note of this one as it has light coloured wraps starting first on the top of the shoulder, which will be relevant for one of the other mummies. This one has a gem in its stomach, but it has one of the straight swords with a blue trim. This is actually the last of the gem variants, there are only the 2. This one here has no gem, but a curved sword with a red trim handle. And lastly, this is, another no gem mummy with a straight sword with a blue trim, like the second one we fought a bit earlier, but this one has the dark coloured wrap starting on the shoulder, so I guess I would call it inverted to the other one. And that is all the mummies taken out. The things you have to look out for this. Next up, we're taking out some of the Shazian army leaders, starting with the Shazian Sergeant. And following it up with the head guard. The image for the head guard actually has him wearing tier 5 Shazian armor, but the one that we just killed has tier 3 Shazian armor, similar to what the sergeant is wearing. So I'll have to take a quick peep around and see if we can find any different head guards with different armors and see what the go is there. Oh, okay, so I found a female variant, but still the tier 3 armor and not the tier 5 armor like the image suggests. I will keep looking at the other spots though, just to make sure. Another female variant. I'm going to have to go back and check the Shazian Sergeants after this as well, because I didn't think about looking for their skin tones and other variants as well. Yep, and there's also female sergeants, so I'll throw them in here too. And here's the other female variant of the sergeant. This was a weird set of 2 NPCs. They both look the same, they both have the same drop table, they have the same different variants because of the armor that they're wearing. Based off the wiki, the head guards should be wearing different armor, but they don't in game, so I'm not sure what the go is there. Let's move on. Another journey to the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. Can you guess what we're going for? Alright, the last chance to guess. Oh my god, I forgot my God Wars items. Yeah, so the monster was an Aviancy, if you didn't assume that from the last times we've come here. And there we are, Aviancy down. I feel like the lighting changed down here in comparison to the last time I was here, which means the HD plugin must have been updated, I think. We're killing the Moss Guardian in Glariel's tomb. If you didn't know, you can't bring weapons and armor in here. There is a couple of things that you can bring in here. So I went and bought the event RPG because, why not get the extra help? Moss Guardian down. Oh fuck me, I forgot to use my potions I brought. Oh well. Time to do another quest that could potentially result in me getting another exception monster occurrence. We're going to be sussing out the Temple of Ikov quest. This combat bracket is where I can kill the first monster in the quest, which is the Fire Warrior of Lasarkis. This quest has a mechanic where you get to pick the good or the bad side, and I feel it may lock me out of killing one or the other side depending on what I pick. I'll explain more when we get there, but for now let's just start the quest and take out our first enemy. Here we are about to fight the Fire Warrior. The wiki said 20 arrows was fine, so I got a little bit more just in case. And there we go. Now let me just get to the bit where we need to make our choices and I'll explain my dilemma a little bit further. Alright, so if I want to take out the lower leveled Lucian as part of the quest, I have to side on the good side, because these Guardians of Armadyl give me an Armadyl pendant which I need to fight him and I can't without it. If I don't side with them, I just have to take this staff here and then they try to fight me. I assume I can't change my decision after the first time, so my plan is to side with the good side so they give me the pendant, because I don't think I'll be able to get the pendant if I pick the other way. And then after they give me the pendant, I'll just see if I can kill them. And if I can kill them, great, I'll do that. And then hope that they won't, kick me off their side. I don't know if it will swap me over to the bad side if I do that. And then I'll play it out as a good guy and then just take out Lucian later. That's the plan. Let's see if it works. Pendant acquired. Let's see what happens if we attack the Guardians. Okay, looks like the plan is a go. Okay, now check the quest log. Yep, we're still on the good guys team. Perfect. Alright, so the female Guardian of Armadyl was taken out from combat bracket 43. The only thing left is the Penance Ranger wave 5, but the Penance Queen is a ways away. And the male Guardian of Armadyl was taken out from combat bracket 45. And there's quite a few things left for that which I won't get into. Now, onto Lucian and the quest completion. Okay, here we are at Lucian. The pendant is equipped. Now we just need to kill him and complete the quest. There we go! 10.5k range experience and 8k fletching experience. Pretty good rewards actually. Oh, and that is also 26 fletching coming in, and I'm almost at a range level. Now, let's peep combat bracket 14 because that is where Lucian was. And Lucian was the absolute last thing for us to kill in combat bracket 14. Those yellow ones there are exception monsters and we were never able to take them out at this level. And as such, we just changed the whole combat bracket to green now that it is fully complete. It has been a long while since we finished a combat bracket. Feels so good. So we rounded out combat bracket 14 perfectly, but I cannot say the same for our current combat bracket. We've exhausted what we can currently do in combat bracket 84, so here's what remains. There's the big snake, which is involved in the freeing King Awawagay subquest of the Recipe for Disaster quest. There's a Moss Guardian Nightmare Zone variant, which this one, although we were able to fight the regular version just in this combat bracket, the Nightmare Zone one appears after roving elves, so we're a little way away there. And lastly, we have another Mossy boy, just a regular moss giant, and the one at this level is in the Iorwerth dungeon, and so we need to do the Song of the Elves quest. It's time for random opening of things I got while editing. 6 seeds nests and 5 beginner clue caskets, let's get it. Ooh, frog slippers, now that is peak fashion. Hello Combat 85. We shall begin with the basics. It's skeleton time. There are 3 variants of skeleton in this combat bracket and they are only found down here in the 4th level of the Stronghold of Security. And that is all the skeleton variants done and dusted. We're back in the Fremennik Slayer dungeon for the slightly bigger Turoth. Nothing special to say about these ones this time. We will be back soon for more though. And this is the last time we'll be coming back down to the Orania altar in terms of monsters. The final monster in the Orania cave is the Zamorak warrior. Down he goes with a little help from that lizard. Honestly, I think they should just swap the levels between this one and the one that we killed earlier, because I think the lower level Zamorak warrior looks cooler and therefore I think it should be the stronger one. But that's just me. Hey, do you like spending money? I don't. But I have to anyways, because the next monster on our list is one we must build and then destroy. It's the Kalphite Soldier. 750k for this stupid spider looking ass. And down goes the Kalphite Soldier. Somewhere in my heart, I wish I said to myself that the construction monsters were something that I wasn't going to kill in the series, because they don't really drop anything or do anything. I'm pretty sure I don't get any experience for killing them, I didn't look. Ah well, my bank shall continue to weep. Actually, on that note, I just looked up the cost for the next construction monster I'm doing, and that's a 1 mil cost, which actually puts me at 0 bank at this specific point in time, so I'm scared, because the ones after that are 5 mil, and so on and so on. Now we get to fight the real deal Kalphite soldiers. These are no different to the ones in the house actually, to be honest, except the experience gain, not that killing one even means anything really. Actually, I feel like this one is a lot smaller than the one that was in the house. Next up is a bit of a painful one. If you saw the teaser at the end of the last video, you'll know what we're about to face. Actually, now that I've mentioned pain and suffering and I'm standing here, maybe it just gives it away. But let's not beat around the bush here. I've just got one thing to say. Subscribe to the channel, thanks. No, but actually, Ghoul Champion. Yep, another champion scroll. So this basically makes or breaks the length of this video and when it comes out. But at least you won't have to endure the pain as much. The worst part about this particular grind is that ghouls do not drop any single thing except for bones. So I do not get anything back for doing this, it's just time spent. Ah well, I'll see you when I see you next. Wish me luck. There is no way, there's actually no way that we got that already. Oh my god, I was buckled down, ready to rumble. I barely even killed any really after recording the original clip. And this is like, you know, maybe the next day or the day after of actually killing things basically, I can't remember. I had like a day in between where I couldn't play, but anyways, I digress. 744 ghouls for the Ghoul Champion scroll, that is actually disgusting. So I didn't actually look at what the champion restriction is, so I'll just meet you over there and then explain the move. So the Ghoul Champion restrictions are that we cannot use any equipment except for weaponry, hence why I'm not, you know, wearing anything. My plan is to use the Runes Gear KP, then swap to the Rune Scimitar. They're both the same speed weapon thanks to a recent update buffing spears, but the Rune Scimitar is technically a better weapon because it gives 2 more strength bonus, but I just wanted to use poison, and so that's what I'm going to do. The wiki didn't mention anything about my inventory, so I assume that everything I have on me is fine to use. This says no other items are allowed. This is worded slightly differently to the wiki. I'm just gonna go bank everything and then I'll come back. Okay, let's go. And there it is, Ghoul Champion completed. Let's get our reward from the chest. Rub the lamp for 4k Slayer and HP experience. Oh, that is 77 hit points, and I forgot to turn off my idle notifier. Oh yeah, we're gaming. And for combat bracket 85, we're done with what we can take out for now. We've only got 2 monsters remaining in this bracket, and they are the Jalmedra, which appears in the Inferno, so we need to kill Jad to get to that one. And also another Tarn's Lair zombie. We're inching closer and closer to getting that requirement. Hello, this is me from the future. So far in the future, I've actually already begun the next video. I needed to come back here to rectify a problem in the last video that you saw. So, after I posted the last episode, which is episode 33, just so that we're on the same page, I got a comment about the baby black dragons that I didn't kill in combat bracket 83. Actually, just real quick, I'd like to say about that. I got a notification for the comment, and I could read it from my notifications, but it's not appearing on the actual video's comment section. I think it's a YouTube bug or something, and this also isn't the first time I've had that issue before. So if you're the individual who commented, I saw it, and I appreciate it, thank you. I won't name you just in case you don't want a spotlight. I'm not sure how people feel about that kind of stuff, to be honest. So basically, they said that I could kill baby black dragons in the Slayer task only area in the Tabali dungeon, which is actually something that I did already know about. But what I had somehow gapped in my mind was the fact that I'm able to skip tasks with Turiel, if I need to, of course. So basically I had it in my mind that if I went for a Slayer task from a higher level master, I'd be stuck forever if I didn't get the black dragon task until I got to the combat bracket of that monster, which then of course, you know, would mean that I couldn't kill the baby black dragon anyways. Obviously that's not the case because, you know, I can skip whenever I need to, so we're here to rectify that issue. So I want to be getting tasks from Neve, and if it's not a black dragon, we'll skip a Turiel until we get the black dragons, and then we can actually take the baby black dragon off the list. And our first monster is a task streak reset. Oh well, it was bound to happen. Well, hey, we got the black dragons task, and this means we can sub the black dragons out for the baby black dragons to tick off another monster from the bestiary list. I'll check for variants when I'm there, of course. If it's the same as the other baby dragons, then there should be 3 different variants, but you know, you'll see them in just a second. Alright, so I ran through, and there's 5 spawns here, and it's actually just the one variant, which is a little weird. I guess it sets them apart from the other baby dragons. And there it is, we can finally tick off our little dragon boy. And now back to the old me, or I guess for you it's the current me and I'm the future me. Are you confused? And that is going to do it for this episode. Another big grind avoided by getting lucky. But when will our luck run out? Find out next time on Besting the Bestiary. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you later.